Hey guys, Jason here again. So this upload probably is a wee bit later than it should be because last week I was working on the engine swap, but I was waiting for parts to come, so I couldn't start finalizing things. So all that footage is sitting to be edited, but I wanted to kind of do it as one lump install videos. So we didn't get ahead last week, because then I came around and did the filler flap on the back of the MX5, but I think it looks kind of silly. So we're going to weld that up again. So that's another day gone. Well, yeah, I said day, a few hours, but and work time in the shed is a day. But now I've came up with some sort of arrangement. I'm going to work here. We're going to use the original filler cap, a filler hole. We're going to make an adapter to make that work on there like that. This is off the MG tank, cut out. That's going to weld in there, lovely. And then we're going to have to patch up these pipes. So yeah, we got a few bits to do. So once we get that done, we can put that on. Maybe I've got some stainless steel pipe there. I'm hoping that I can kind of make a 90-degree with it and link this all together and make it all nice and tidy. So yeah, that's where we're at this moment in time. I will show you the engine swap. Not really much to show you, and it's quite buried under a door. But here, you don't need to see that just yet. Let's get started. Righto, let's get this done. We have, as I said before, the filler neck off the MG tank. I'm going to try and set it just inside those. I'm going to draw a circle, cut it out. This is where we're at then. Got this cut out with a hole saw. All these hole saws here, don't really like using them in the hand drill because they're very easy damage. They're like a carbide tip one. They're really good in the drill press, but it seems to be pretty good on this as well. Just it's very easy to break the pilot drill. Even when you drill a pilot hole, it's really hard. Like they're not designed for a hand drill, I don't think. But still cut it out, and there's a lovely hole. But anyway, here's this here. We also cut this pipe down, so I cut basically the flare off the end of it, so that pops in there like that. This sleeve then, stainless steel sleeve, is going to go over it, and that's going to be welded on there. That there is going to slide in there, and that's be welded on, and then that's going to sit on there like that. Right, and then it's going to be welded obviously. So a wee bit of compromise here. The angle of the filler spout is slightly angled, but I think it'll look okay. I haven't even looked at it. Bonnet down actually, or the boot lid down, 2 seconds. Right, put that. Right, close it. I'm sure we'll close the boot lid. There we go. So, a wee bit of compromise, sitting slightly angled, but I'm okay with that there. I can maybe try and put the bit of pipe in the pipe bender and just kind of give it a wee twist, wee kink, but that there is pretty good. Doesn't look really off at all. I know it's slightly angled, but I think I'll go with the rest of the car. JDM angle on my spout, I suppose. Awesome. Right, next up we need to get the tank out. I might actually spot weld that plate in place first, and then get the tank out and start cutting this side. I also did forget to mention that this tank has been sitting dry for a very long time, so don't have to worry about fumes in this tank. On the MG tank, I filled it full of water, kept sitting for a few days, and then cut it out. It's actually a very good tank, so it's a real shame to cut that out, but we're not going to use it. So yeah, let's get this tank out. So now I have this tank out and came at it with a grinder and cut these out. Clean this area up. It's all nice and clean now. This is like the pipes. I didn't say that would have been a breather, I think, and then that one was the filler. We don't need that anymore because we got it on the top. So I've made this patch up here. That's going to go on there like so. Pretty cool. I did scuff back a wee bit too much here. I don't know how this happened, but I'm going to beef this area up a wee bit just so that it's not as thin. It probably isn't as thin as it looks, but better safe than sorry. I'm going to put that on there. I'm going to go around these with a MIG, and then we'll take them up after, just to kind of make sure there's no pinholes. And then I'm going to make an adapter up so I can compare, like put pressurized air in this here, fill the compressor. Basically use the rubber hose, and I think I've got some aluminium stock there that's like round enough, and I can tap the center for an airline fitting, put a lever valve on it, put some air in, then we can spray it with some bubbly washing up liquid, see if it bubbles or not. If it doesn't bubble, we have no leaks. So I'm gonna get this welded up now because it needs done. So this is where we're at then. Oh, careful. So this is where we're at then. I have this bit welded up. We had an issue here. This was actually very thin. I wanted to put a few spot welds on it with the MIG welder. Blew through, so I had to put a wee patch here, which I'm not too happy about, but it's okay. And then we've got the top. So before I start here, I'm going to tell you that it leaks an awful lot around this seal for some reason, so I'm going to have to address that. I don't know if the tank's bent around that area or something, but yeah, we're going to have to do something about that. But here I have my aluminium bung in the end of here. It's tapped quarter with a valve on it and the airline going in it, so I can put it into the tank. You can hear it leaking at the top there. I've got the pressure relief valve bunged on the top too, but I'm putting air in it. I have my squirty bottle. Don't want to put too much air in this, but you can see that absolutely gushing out there. But around my areas where I welded, this is just washed up liquid. But if it was leaking around anywhere here, you would see it bubbling. So there was a couple of pinholes that I had to fix. That's probably, you actually see the tank starting to blow out now. That's a lot of pressure in there, and we don't have any leaks. So I'm happy with that. Actually, we don't have much air in it. That's a good bit of air in there, and it's not leaking. So we can now say the tank's done. I do need to clean the tank up, and then, you know, like seal it all up and everything, and put some, I'd even put a bit of sealant around this here as well, just for peace of mind. But yes, that's the fuel tank ready to go in. So we're going to put it in now, and then we can try and figure out the filler pipe. Righto, we have the feed pipe made up now. This is it here. I know these originally are made steel, and I just take the stainless steel pipe to it, but I think it'll be okay. Put this on at a slight angle to help us get where we want to get. Trim the bottom down a wee bit more. I did notch here as well a little, because it sits slightly lower, and this lip, well, you can see it there, so the fuel would have kind of like hit that first, so I notched that. I did pressurize this whole thing here, and found a couple of leaks. Well, actually no, it was one leak up here, and I fixed it. It did leak quite a bit out of the cap, but we got enough pressure in it to see if there's any pinholes, and we got that sorted. So it's now time to fit this. So I'm going to do that now. And I kind of just have the camera propped up against the boot panel there, so yeah, I know this is going to be quite a short video or upload, but it was really just a recap to tell you that I didn't upload last week because of this flap situation, and I haven't got the engine actually fully mounted yet, so I don't see the point of doing half a video on that there. I think it should be one complete upload for that. Right, that sheet body to push that in, and then rotate it a bit. There we go. Push that right there. You have to rotate that whole thing. Well, it sits about there somewhere. Actually, this should sit there. Did sit there before. We'll figure it out. And then this is all cut down, so it slides on there, and then these two slide together some way. Maybe I slide this in here first. Can't remember how I did it last time. Get in there. Yeah, there you go. Right. So this whole thing is just I want to get the car running, so I need a fuel tank, and this was the Why is that not lined up now? It lined up before. So that's definitely not right. Does it go like that? Does it go like that? There's the end at least. This is interesting. It didn't do this last time. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's it there. And then rotate that round a bit, push it down. There we go. Cool. I might actually go even more and put the clips on, but I have to put the clips on right now. Okay. So that's what it looks like. That looks rather big now, but I think it just looks chunky because, well, I don't know why it looks so chunky. So I don't really know what I'm going to do here. Because this is all here now, it's kind of taking up most of this boot floor anyway. So I'm thinking of maybe just making a panel that sits in here, a metal panel, just to like a fireproof seal across this tank, because it's not really useful for anything at the minute anyway. I was thinking if I made it, I could probably put like a box thing. Oh, pardon me. Put a box thing along here for putting stuff in. But, or if we came across, then angled it down like that there, we'll get stuff in there. I've actually missed a wee bit of welding there, like there. Yeah, but that's what it looks like. That is pretty much what we'll have to deal with. I'm happy that's sorted now. I do have to fix this. It's a shame because I was really looking forward to that there actually working. I've got a bit of cardboard around in there to hold that shut and I can't get it open. Because, like, I thought that would have been quite cool, but it just looks too big. Kind of looks like, you know, where people get those big GB signs and stuff, big white thing with a circle with a writing inside it. Kind of what it looks like. I suppose I could have got one of them for this side, and they would have been matched, and it might not look so odd. But yeah, we're gonna have to cut that out again and refill that panel because yeah, it actually is quite a bit of work trying to get one of them too. I actually go out and do it, take it out myself and everything, but oh well, you live and learn. But I'm happy with that. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I say next time I'm hoping to at least get the engine finished and get the mounts all made. I've got the front mounts done, but I was waiting for the actual poly mounts to arrive so I could do the gearbox. So they're arrived now, so I can get that all done over the next week or so. Well, it's Christmas next week, so maybe not next week, but I'll maybe get a couple of evens out and stuff, get the engine in, and then we can start messing with the loom. I do need to take the whole loom out of this car. Like, I haven't done any of that yet, but that's going to be pretty easy because I'm just going to rip it all out. I don't care about it. Yeah, it's just routing the MX5 loom's going to be a big job because, well, not going to be a big job. It's just I messed with the loom before and I can't remember what I did with it, so I'm going to have to go back through old footage to find out what I did to the loom so I can put it in and make it work. But yeah, okay, thanks for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you again in the next one.